The big TM. I think we all have seen the TM on products that we have purchased. We also have seen the R. What's the difference? Trademarks. By definition. While copyright protects works of art, identity work is more likely to fall under the intellectual property distinction of trademarks. Trademarks must differentiate the product or the service offered from others in the market, can be easily used by individuals, partnerships, and corporations. The key things here are must differentiate the product or service offered from others in the market and can be used by individuals, partnerships, or corporations. While copyright protects work of art, identity work is more likely to fall under this other intellectual property distinction of trademarks. Things like product names, other ways of communicating that draw a clear distinction in the consumer's mind, internet domain names or company names, not automatically trademarked by its use for business purposes. Trademarks, a couple things with trademarks, they are renewable. They are valid as long as it is in use and the paperwork is filed. Now, the trademark does not have to be registered with the government. The registered trademark symbol, the R, also known as the rabble, was derived from the registered and authorized business logo. And it's a symbol used to provide notice that the preceding mark is a trademark or service mark that's been registered with the National Trademark Office. Some countries, like China, it's against the law to use registered trademark symbol for a mark that is not officially registered in the country. If it's not registered, then we use the trademark symbol of TM. Unregistered service marks are marked with the service mark SM. So how do I know which one to use? TM or the R? TM. The company is claiming trademark but has not registered it with the government. You wish to claim the trademark, but you don't need to file any paperwork actually to receive permission to use the trademark or the TM symbol. The R indicates that this is a registered trademark. So you only use this once the trademark is registered. It may only be used after the U.S. government granted a federal registration certificate. So the R may not be used while that federal application is pending. And the R may only be used in connection with goods and services listed on that registration certificate. So why do we use the symbols? Number one, we use them to notify competitors. You always use the correct trademark symbol with your trademark. Your competitors will now notice your trademark. They can and should respect your intellectual property. And it prevents your customers from being confused by always, respecting the trademarks of others. Where do you place the trademark or registered symbol? You need to place it prominently so people will notice it immediately. When using it with a body of text, you want to use bold, italic, uppercase, or even a different font. You want to make your trademark look different from the other surrounding words. Try to use your trademark as an adjective, not as a noun. So when you're placing it in a Nike ad, for instance, they have the registered mark. They might say, be hip, show style, wear Nike, little registered mark, shoes. Okay, so usually it's placed in the upper right of the word or the upper right of the logo or whatever mark. So the three placement techniques, placement of the trademark or the registered symbol should be right adjacent to the trademark every time it is used. The placement of the trademark or registered symbol should be right near the first use of the trademark. Setting all trademark words in bold, italic, uppercase, or a different font so that they're clearly different from the surrounding text is a very wise idea. trademark infringement. So a consumer may be confused by the infringing work and think that it's the original trademark company, product, or service. So, like McDonald's, the golden arches, or the Starbucks logo. Global brands with mass marketing advertising must police their trademark around the world. So trademarks used without registration are regional and can only be enforced if the company is conducting business within the area of the alleged infringement, or we call it a zone. Once a trademark is registered, so we get the R symbol, then the entire country is the zone. Unregistered trademark would be like a state level case, whereas a federally registered trademark would not. The identity development for a client must go through the formal process of trademark search and then find the registration process to be used without fear of infringement claims. A law office that specializes in patent, copyright, and trademark generally conducts the search, but much of that initial legwork and the initial research steps can be done online. If there is a trademark infringement, then typically it all starts with a cease and desist letter, which is when an infringement is found, the trademark owner must send out a cease and desist letter that requests the infringement or the infringing use be stopped and removed from circulation. So a threat to trademark actually is when the trademark becomes very common. If it's a word, it becomes everyday language. So a trademark that becomes so common and so dominant in its product category that it becomes generic. Examples: Kleenex, Photoshop. There are many, many more when you start to think about it. Everyone who uses a trademark symbol should know at least the following 4 things. Number 1, the correct TM symbol to use, trademark symbol to use, why trademark symbols are used, where trademark symbols are placed, and how to insert a trademark symbol in your document.